Hello, within the next 10 minutes we will discuss the most important business and political events taking place from April 23 to 28. These is events around the corner on Kazakh TV. The global release of Apple Watch is scheduled for April 24. Citizens of Kazakhstan will elect the president of the country on Sunday, April 26. Oracle will pay dividends to its shareholders on the 28th. Let's discuss this news in detail. The 22nd session of the Assembly of Peoples of Kazakhstan will be held in Astana on Thursday, April 23. The agenda is titled Mangelik Yel, One Country, One Destiny. This year, APK turned 20. It was established by a presidential decree on March 1, 1995. This authority is a consultative and advisory body under the President of Kazakhstan. Its objective is to observe the rights and freedoms of the country's citizens, irrespective of their ethnic background, language, religion and social status. In addition, the institution facilitates development of ethnic cultures, languages and traditions of the peoples of Kazakhstan. During the 20 years, APK has become a key institution which develops and strengthens Kazakhstan's model of ethnic tolerance and public accord. More than 1,500 guests will attend the 22nd session. Among those are members and veterans of APK, chairpersons of ethnic cultural centers, university rectors, researchers, prominent cultural figures and journalists. Apple smartwatches will go on sale worldwide on April 24. Apple announced the start of pre-orders as early as April 10 in the United States. The first day, the company sold more than 1.2 million gadgets. According to a US study, around 1 million of Americans purchased Apple Watch, and many of them bought more than one unit. Statistics read that the majority of customers opted for a less pricey version of Apple Watch, which costs from $349 per gadget. Interestingly, the company needed around 2 years to sell 1 million iPods, whereas 1 millionth iPhone was sold on the 74th day since its release. Experts from KGI Securities, who have in the past proved accurate in predicting Apple's moves, presume that by the end of the spring, almost 2.5 million people worldwide will be the owners of Apple Watch. Apple Watch Sport may become the most popular model, with the share in the total sales coming to 80%. KGI Securities believes that Apple will be able to meet the demand fully. Every month, the company will release additional 2 or 3 million of trendy gadgets, the amount sufficient for covering the demand. An increase in production is expected for the winter holiday season, when the sales traditionally go up. Therefore, by the end of 2015, the output will potentially come to 15 to 20 million units, experts say. However, a lot will depend on Apple's partners responsible for supplies of certain Apple Watch components. It became known that Apple suppliers were facing some limitations that couldn't be overcome. These are AAC and LG Display companies, which experienced some bottlenecks hindering accelerated production. TEDx Kaliningrad 2015 will start in Kaliningrad on April 25. The mission and motto of the world-famous TED conferences is "Ideas worth spreading," as formulated by Chris Anderson, the man behind the Sapient Foundation and curator of TED in the USA. The first conference, which took place in 1984, saw a presentation of the newly released first Macintosh computer and a compact disc by Sony. Marvin Minsky, one of the pioneers of artificial intelligence, explained this new concept to the audience at the same event. TED enthusiastically spreads unique ideas in the sphere of science and technology, politics, business and culture. TED events serve as platforms for opinion leaders who are given 18 minutes each to present their ideas. Bill Gates, Al Gore, Sir Richard Branson and British Prime Minister Gordon Brown were among TED speakers. The April conference in Kaliningrad will focus on inventions and scientific research, as well as their potential for becoming aware of mistakes that humankind has made and correcting them for a better future. Let me note that TED conferences have been held in Almaty since 2010. Why is TED unique? You get the chance to learn in 18 minutes about the recent ideas and developments in various spheres, from technology to medicine, literature and arts. It might be, for example, a Nobel Prize winner in physics speaking, and he or she will tell you the essence of the invention in simple words, so that a person without a background in physics can easily understand. You don't need to speak the professional slang to learn what is new. This is what the whole Enlightenment concept is about. Presidential elections are scheduled for April 26 in Kazakhstan. The Central Election Commission and government authorities have calculated the precise number of citizens who hold the right to vote. It turned out that the figure grew by 213,000 as compared to the similar indicator as of January 1, 2015. Taking this into account, the Central Election Commission of Kazakhstan decided to increase the number of ballots. A total of 9,610,138 ballots will be printed. According to the head of Central Election Commission, special attention will be paid in order to meet all the international requirements for elections preparation and voting itself. CEC staff are ensuring the transparency, publicity and openness of the election procedure at all stages. Local and foreign experts will also observe the election procedure. As of April 14, 630 representatives from foreign countries, international organizations and foreign media have been accredited as observers. Let me remind you that the canvass began on March 26 and will be over on April 24. Canvassing will be prohibited on the day of vote and the day before. Votes will be cast from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on April 26. The Central Election Commission will sum up the results of the presidential elections and make a corresponding statement not later than May 3. Submission of bids for the sale of one-third of TSUM, Moscow's legendary department store, will be over on April 27. The city government has put 19,000 square meters with a starting price of 4,003,000,000 rubles on auction. Tender committee representatives have stated that the price per square meter starts from 230,000 rubles. For comparison, 1 square meter in a business center nearby costs around 370,000 rubles. Price per square meter of real estate located downtown will be even higher, starting from 7,000 rubles. For a facility with such a great location, this is a very low price, says Tom Devonshire Griffin, CEO of the real estate consultancy company JLL. Mr. Devonshire Griffin doesn't exclude the possibility of the price growing significantly during the auction. Financial analysts estimate the entire facility's cost at 60 billion rubles. Devonshire Griffin emphasizes that only the upper floors have been put on tender in one of the buildings. This factor limits a potential buyer's access to the real estate. Therefore, it is the owner of TSUM which may be the primary bidder for the facility. However, Mercury has provided no commentary on this matter. Oracle, the world's largest developer of computer hardware systems and enterprise software products, will pay dividends to its shareholders on April 28. The Oracle Corporation announced that in the third quarter of the fiscal year 2015, its total revenues remained unchanged as compared to the similar period last year, coming to $9.3 billion. Software and cloud revenues were up 1% to $7.2 billion. Cloud software as a service and platform as a service grew 30% to $372 million. At the same time, hardware systems revenues were down 2% to $1.3 billion. Let me remind you that the Oracle Corporation was set up in 1977. It is most famous for creating the Oracle Database Management System. The system has been in production since the founding day. In 2005 to 2010, Oracle spent around $35 billion for the acquisition of other companies. In 2010, the corporation bought Sun Microsystems, which suffered from continued losses, therefore acquiring a broad range of server hardware. This has been our perspective on the coming few days. You've watched Events Around the Corner. See you next time on Kazakh TV.